Sometimes in life, the people who wronged you realize too late what they lost: your loyalty, love, and support. In that moment, they feel regret, but it's not your role to be their safety net when they fall. When someone mistreats you or betrays your trust, it can shake your sense of worth, yet this is exactly when you must hold on to it the tightest. Their behavior reflects who they are, not your value. Your self-worth is non-negotiable. It isn't defined by anyone else's opinion. Knowing your worth means setting standards for how you deserve to be treated. Respect, loyalty, and love aren't free gifts. They are privileges. When someone crosses the line by disrespecting them, there's no going back. Your value comes from within, built through your experiences, struggles, achievements, and the love you give yourself, whether others recognize it or not. When people regret losing you, it's often because they miss the comfort and support you gave, not because they truly respect you. Regret doesn't equal change or genuine appreciation. It often stems from selfishness. You should never have to beg for respect or love. If someone only realizes your worth after hurting you, they didn't truly value you. They just valued what they received from you. Knowing your worth means protecting your heart and peace, not giving second chances to those who fail to appreciate you. True respect doesn't require loss to be understood. Those who value you will show it from the beginning. Keep those people close and let go of the ones who didn't see your worth until it was too late. Their regret is their burden to carry, not yours. Your responsibility is to protect your energy, maintain your standards, and keep moving forward. Loss, while painful, often sparks growth, leading you to become a stronger, better version of yourself. What feels like an ending is often the beginning of something greater. Loss isn't just about what's taken from you. It's about the space it creates for growth. Though it's hard to see it in the middle of heartbreak or betrayal, every setback carries within it the seed of transformation. When someone regrets losing you, it's often because they didn't expect you to rise without them. They assumed you'd be stuck, but loss frequently becomes the very fuel that sparks self-improvement. The pain, confusion, and doubt can feel overwhelming at first, but eventually something shifts. You realize that their absence has opened room for you to focus on yourself, to rebuild, to chase dreams that were once neglected while you prioritized them. Growth begins in those quiet, uncomfortable moments of self-reflection, when you're forced to ask tough questions about your identity, desires, and priorities. It's through these challenges, not comfort, that real growth happens. This journey through loss leads to greater self-awareness. You recognize your inner strength, set new boundaries, and start valuing your happiness and well-being above all else. As you raise your standards, you naturally attract better opportunities, people, and experiences. Those who once doubted you begin to see your growth, the strength, self-respect, and empowerment you've built from their departure. Flourishing after loss doesn't mean forgetting the pain, it means learning from it. Each hurt leaves behind a lesson that shapes you into a stronger, wiser, more resilient version of yourself. You learn who's trustworthy, what you deserve, and most importantly, you learn to trust yourself. Over time, you become less dependent on others for your happiness because you realize your worth comes from within. And once you discover that, no one can take it from you. Those who left may eventually regret it, but by then, you've moved far beyond the person you were when they knew you. You've grown, evolved, and outgrown the small space they once occupied in your life. Growth through loss is challenging, but it's one of the most rewarding journeys you'll ever experience. It builds resilience, self-reliance, and a deep confidence in who you are. So, when someone who wronged you returns full of apologies and promises, remember, true growth requires accountability. Actions have consequences, and it's not your job to erase them. Let their regret be their lesson, while you continue moving forward, stronger, wiser, and determined never to settle for less than you deserve. In life, without accountability, people will keep repeating the same harmful behaviors toward you and others. Often, when people hurt you, they act selfishly or carelessly, assuming you'll always be there to forgive them. They believe a simple apology or a few kind words will undo the damage. But when someone crosses a line, it isn't something that words alone can fix. They need to fully experience the consequences of their actions, understanding that they no longer have the same place in your life. Accountability ensures they feel the weight of their choices, not out of revenge, but so they can learn and change. Without it, people remain stuck in their destructive patterns, believing they can mistreat others and be easily forgiven. True accountability means recognizing the depth of harm caused, emotional, mental, and sometimes even physical, and realizing that trust, once broken, is not easily, if ever, repaired. When someone regrets losing you, it's often more about missing the benefits you brought to their life than a real understanding of the pain they caused. Real accountability isn't just about saying sorry, it's about recognizing the full impact of their actions and respecting the space you've created for your healing. Forgiveness can be given to lighten your emotional load, but forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting, nor does it mean offering the same access to your life again. Trust must be rebuilt through consistent, sincere effort. And sometimes the best choice is to walk away entirely, leaving them to face the consequences. Accountability also means holding yourself to your standards, respecting your own boundaries, even when emotions and memories tempt you otherwise. When someone returns with apologies and promises, true strength lies in maintaining those boundaries, not being swayed by nostalgia or guilt. Respecting yourself enough to demand better is essential. Allowing someone back into your life without true accountability only invites repeated hurt. People often regret losing someone valuable, but regret alone isn't enough. Regret is just the beginning. True reconciliation requires a commitment to change. If someone is genuinely sorry, they won't just say it. They will show it consistently over time. Apologies without meaningful action are empty. Change demands effort, self-awareness, and real behavioral transformation, not just temporary gestures of remorse. It's easy for someone to claim they've changed, to offer promises in the hope of reclaiming what they lost. But real change is revealed through consistent actions, not words. It's about how they handle themselves, not just around you, but in all areas of their life, especially under pressure. True growth is a long-term commitment, not a momentary performance. Ultimately, someone's regret doesn't entitle them to another place in your life. Feeling sorry is natural after losing something valuable, but that alone doesn't prove they've changed or guarantee they won't hurt you again. Pay attention to actions, not apologies, and remember, protecting your peace. Your standards and your growth should always come first. People often regret losing something valuable, but that doesn't mean they know how to care for it properly. Feeling bad about their actions isn't the same as learning how to do better. True change demands effort, consistency, and time. It's about forming new habits, building empathy, and becoming more responsible. That's why actions speak louder than words. When someone claims they've changed, it's not your job to instantly believe them. It's your responsibility to protect yourself, observe, and ensure their behavior truly matches their promises. Ask yourself, are they making real efforts to rebuild trust? Are they consistent, even when it's difficult? Sometimes, despite good intentions, people aren't capable of real change due to a lack of discipline or deep-rooted patterns they haven't resolved. No amount of regret can compensate for their inability to meet your needs. You shouldn't waste your time waiting for someone to grow. Your life is too valuable. Trust must be rebuilt through actions, not words. And if someone isn't willing to put in the work, their regret means nothing. You deserve people who consistently respect and value you, not just when it's convenient. When someone returns after hurting you, their words may be persuasive, but their actions will reveal the truth. Are they actually different, or are they simply trying to say the right things to regain access to your life? Protecting yourself means paying close attention to behavior, not promises. Actions will always show whether someone has truly changed. Letting someone stay in your life based on words alone only sets you up for further pain. Letting go of someone who hurt you is difficult, especially when strong emotions are involved. But holding on to a person who has already shown they can betray you is harmful. It's like clinging to a burning coal. Eventually, you will get burned again. Letting go isn't about being harsh. It's about protecting your peace, respecting your boundaries, and prioritizing your well-being. Repairing relationships with people who have consistently hurt you only prolongs your suffering and traps you in a cycle of disappointment. Letting go doesn't mean you didn't care about the good moments you shared. It means you care about yourself enough to leave a situation that's doing you more harm than good. Staying attached to people who hurt you can slowly destroy your self-esteem and make you accept less than you deserve. Over time, it can lead to emotional exhaustion, anxiety, and depression. Walking away is an act of self-love, a way to reclaim your peace, your happiness, and your standards. People might regret losing you, but regret alone doesn't guarantee they've changed or won't hurt you again. Letting go isn't about holding a grudge. It's about accepting reality and choosing to protect your heart. Emotional attachments and shared memories can make walking away feel like a huge loss, but losing your peace and self-respect is an even greater loss. Letting go creates space for healing, for growth, and for healthier relationships to come into your life. It doesn't mean you stop caring. You can still wish someone well from a distance. True forgiveness often requires separation, giving both sides the chance to heal and grow independently. Sometimes the best lesson you can offer someone is to let them experience the full consequences of their actions. The process of letting go won't erase the pain overnight. It takes time, patience, and strength. There will be moments of doubt and nostalgia, but with time, you'll realize that choosing yourself was the best decision you could have made. Eventually, you'll feel lighter, more peaceful, and more empowered to live a life where your self-worth is never compromised. When you let go of someone who hurt you, you begin to rediscover your own strength, rebuild your self-worth, and realize you can move forward without carrying the pain of the past. It's a way of reclaiming your power and deciding that you deserve more than regret or hollow promises. Letting go isn't weakness. It's a powerful declaration that you are choosing respect, peace, and happiness for yourself. Often when someone realizes what they lost, they return pleading for another chance, claiming they've changed. But without real, consistent effort, change is rare. Giving them another chance often leads back into the same painful cycle because the core issues, disrespect, broken trust, or ignored boundaries, remain unresolved. Time apart doesn't magically fix these deep-rooted problems. Without true growth, they're only offering more hurt disguised in familiar words. Taking someone back can trap you in emotional tension, constantly questioning if they've truly changed or waiting for the next betrayal. That kind of uncertainty erodes your peace of mind and your ability to trust. Many times, people come back not because they've done the work to change, but because they missed the comfort and support you once gave them. Their return is often more about their needs than about truly valuing you. Not everyone who regrets losing you deserves to be part of your life again. The regret is theirs to deal with. It's not your responsibility to fix. You have every right to protect yourself, to prioritize your healing, and to refuse to hand out second chances to those who have already shown they can hurt you. Every moment spent trying to fix a broken relationship is time you could be using to grow, heal, and create space for new, healthier connections. Choosing not to take someone back is a statement that you value yourself enough to move on. It opens the door to new experiences, new people, and a future free from the pain of repeating old mistakes. You're choosing yourself, your happiness, your peace, and your emotional health over someone else's remorse. People who hurt you once are often likely to hurt you again, especially if they haven't truly changed. Taking them back without demanding real accountability teaches them they don't have to take responsibility for the harm they caused. Your time, heart, and energy are too precious for that. Setting firm boundaries and refusing to settle for less shows that you understand your worth. You deserve relationships that build you up, not ones that wear you down. Letting go, even when someone claims to regret hurting you, is an act of strength and self-respect. Trust once broken is hard to rebuild, and second chances often lead to repeated hurt. Protect your peace, honor your worth, and remember, moving forward without them isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Let them carry their regret while you move forward, stronger and more confident, knowing you deserve better.